As the finance minister is in Washington, you know that they came up with some new proposal for the pension fund holders or the bond holders. Now, in point 3, this statement was issued just before the weekend came to a close, 7th of April, from Washington. It says, the proposal has been carefully crafted to facilitate the execution of the MOU addressing government's financial needs while maintaining the value of the pension fund. The proposed offer entails exchanging your current holdings of treasury bonds, ESLA bonds and Dacha bonds for a menu of the currently outstanding new bonds issued on February 2023, and they are maturing in 2028, and of course, featuring an average coupon of 8.4%. Now, it also entails an increase in matrimonial value. That's the selling proposition. And it looks like organized labor is reluctant to sign on ultimately to this new offer. But, you know, we're at Washington assuring our partners that apparently we had everybody on board in that 83 or 85% DDP approval that we had as far as the stakeholders are concerned. Of course, even within the last week, we also had apparently pensioners who had their coupon rates or coupons not paid, which were due. And so they also had to go and pick it.
Roland, and let me just say good morning to the serial callers in Cater. They sent me a message that after meeting me in Aplau, they're watching us this morning.
Oh, nice. Nice.
It's sad. It's sad and heartbreaking that we have a government that's mortgaged everybody's future. In fact, yesterday in church, after second service, a very good friend of mine, a senior person, colleague, is a lawyer. He walked up to me and he said to me, Sam, I've worked for 26 years.
A lawyer?
All of my life savings. In January this year, I decided to go and buy government bonds. Just this January. It's gone. Everything is gone. He said, first they hit me at UT Bank. All my money was in UT Bank. I got only 1/3 of the money I had. Whatever I have had left that I've put together, I said, let me go and buy a government bond. I won't put in any bank. Now, Sam, look at what they've done to me. Where do I go? I could only tell him the Lord is your strength.
As an elder.
In church. But really, is the Lord responsible for his predicament? Or the mismanagement and clueless behavior of Kenuforiata and Baumia, managers of our economy? Are we where we are? We're pensioners. I'm talking about my parents celebrating 46 years of marriage. That should tell you their age. My parents are pensioners. You want to touch the money of pensioners? Almost every pensioner has a health condition. And they use their pension monies, the meager pension monies, which they have saved all their lives, to take care of their health conditions and just to be around for their grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And you have sat back, worn white every day, and quoted the Bible in vain. And you've been reckless with the management of the economy. Brought this economy, which was healthy and on a good trajectory, growing at 7.4% when it was handed over to you. With all of your,
Facts right.
Oh, in 2017, what was the growth rate? 7.4%.
You left 3.4%
But
growth rate of this country.
listen,
Get your
the
facts
World
right.
Bank that you are going to right now,
Get the
the
facts.
World
Made a
Bank
projection.
had stated
It's a
everything.
projected growth.
Massa,
From
what did
from
you
20
do? What did
You'll be quick
what did
3.4%.
what did
Get the
Bawumia
facts
do?
right.
What
Get
did
the facts right.
It's like when you were talking.
You were not here.
I was right here in the room. What did Bawumia do, or what did Kenuforiata do in 2017 that led to 7.4%? Nothing.
fiscal
The
management.
7.4 was as a result of the 2015 IMF program that we had undertaken. It was as a result of the new oil fields.
Can you
The
imagine
new
this?
oil fields. Don't forget, we had one oil field. We handed 3 over to them. Proceeds from the oil field was what gave us 7.4%. The IMF had projected what our growth rate was going to be. The World Bank had done it. So you didn't come and do zilch. After 2019, after you went and ate kinky and wachi to celebrate leaving the IMF program, and you were now given the mandate to run this economy, we have seen you. We have seen you for what you are. Like Samira went and rudely spoke about in Tema. We see you. We know you. That you are clueless and incompetent. That you are reckless in the management of the economy. The reckless Baumia and incompetent Kenoforiata are the ones who have brought this economy to his knees. And today, when you are done, after you have engaged in all kinds of fraudulent, shady deals with the likes of Franklin Templeton and all the kinds of mess you have created, Dachi and all of those things, those special purpose vehicles you've done to fleece the public purse, you come and sit here and tell pensioners who have toiled and given of their lives that they should come to the table and come and give you their pensions. Why are the young people of Ghana not going to Japa? Right now, the current trend in Ghana is every young professional is Japaing, running away from the country. Because it makes no sense to work in this country.
What is Japa?
It's a Nigerian term which has been taken for
migrating.
For migrating.
For going to America or somewhere.
Yes, they go to Obodo Ibo. They are living.
Japaing.
They are Japaing. Because everybody is Japaing because you stay in this country and work, the country doesn't take care of you, and you'll be saddled with some 70-some, almost 80-year-old man who told you that he's too old to come and steal your money, not knowing that he's spent all his time in life learning how to come and steal, and has come and stolen the public purse. Younger presidents, they said they were stealing from the public purse. The old man who claimed that he didn't want any, he was too old to steal, and that anybody coming into his government who wanted to make money should not come in, has actually come and stolen the purse. And you have the recklessness of that government, living like Arabian Nights. And now you are telling our parents, our grandparents, that their pensions, you have recklessly stolen the purse. What people have also saved in their houses, you are now becoming a state armed robber to go and take from them. And you are telling them that there will be no loss to their money. It's the same way, you see, every time Kenoforiata speaks and says something, prepare for the worst. The opposite. Because he came to stand there and say, there will be no loss of value to your money. Look, anybody who has government bonds or government pensions or any government instruments, pension funds, every month, well, with the exception of last month, but previously, every month, 50% of the value of your money is gone. Now 40%. So if even we maintain this till next year, if you had 1 million Ghana cedis, the real value of it
is gone. And you're
because 400,000 is going by inflation.
And you're going to be retrieving it from 27,
2027, 2020, when they will not be in power. 37. When they will not be in power. You see, the recklessness and callousness of this group, of this bunch of kleptocrats that we have running this country.
But you see, the words being used, no, please. You see, when you ask me to wait, so we should have a very civil conversation. This conversation,
there can be no civility when you are stealing from me. You are stealing from my parents. You are stealing from our grandparents. And you say I should be civil.
We can't come to a program and all no. Is insult. No, I won't write anything down. You don't come to a program.
It is because you don't write. That is why you've come.
I will not write.
We cannot be decorous with thieves.
That's what we are brothers, so I don't know why you're there.
Look, you see,
Sly, this is not your fight to fight.
It is no place.
It is not your fight to fight.
A lot of people
you are not,
including our kids.
Yes, we need to let our. No, I'm not insulting. When somebody has stolen the public purse, we must tell them.
Come and sit here, and all we give to Ghanaians is a dose of insult. What are you talking about?
When you finish, I'll tell you.
What are you talking about? That we come and sit on national television and all we heap on the good people of this country is full of insults. Why are you not discussing issues? The content of the subject matter, you are not discussing it. And you come here and come and insult people. What kind of attitude is this? Okay. Please, you are the moderator. Don't tell me to write down the insult so that I respond with an insult. I didn't come here to insult.
What are the insults he mentioned?
Please.
Thank you. Ogbenyalo.
You are calling people thieves. How did you determine that? What does that mean?
Kleptocracy.
What does that mean?
What does it mean?
Please, we don't come here. There's a subject matter. Indeed, it is not true that the value of the bondholders and
So
the
are you
pensioners.
serious?
I am very serious. Please,
If you had your money in there,
please,
Let me learn.
read the content of the letter that you have shared.
all right. I've read
I mean,
it.
this is not putting a gun on anybody's head.
As
It
far-
is only inviting
as
you
my-
for a discussion.
as
It
far-
is inviting you for a
Sylvester,
discussion.
Sylvester, relax.
So why do you jump the gun and begin to
I
insult?
understand
What is
your
this?
concerns about the words that you claim that the
The
gentleman.
words
is-
I claim, but
Yes.
you are comfortable with the words, the choice
But
of
what
words.
has he said?
He hasn't said anything. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
You see,
Go ahead. He says go ahead.
You see, I can run a crash program in comprehension.
No, relax, please.
You understand? No, I'm very relaxed. When anybody
The
sits
two of you are
here,
brothers. People don't know.
Oh, my cousin, we are brothers. That one there. And that's why I'm saying it's not his fight. Because he's not part of the solid team. Jan Bafo, Agoto say, Osafo Mafo, what a solid team. Did they mention your name? When they were chopping the money, they call you. Keep quiet and let me talk.
About.
You see?
It is not
Oh,
about
slide. Pardon on the pay.
Stop this.
Pardon on the pay.
I don't
Go and
waste
you
time,
to
wake up in the middle of the night.
But when a conversation
About
happen,
the conversation, the digression is becoming too much. You are not going to the content of the subject matter. People are listening to us.
the subject matter is
Is what?
about
Is to insult people.
people's investments.
You see, Sly, I take
That's
strong
the-
exception when you say I'm insulting people. That's why I
Please.
said I will
Sylvester,
run
you're
a crash
interjecting
program.
the program for 10 minutes now. We've been doing
I'll
this.
run a
We
crash
have not
program
been
in
doing that for 10
comprehension.
minutes. Please.
You see, you can sit here and play to the gallery and say somebody's insulting. Nobody's insulted anybody. We have only called people out for the recklessness. When someone is reckless, when you have an economy that is functional, that is working, where people were getting paid their government bonds, and your recklessness and poor economic policy, and your selfishness and personal parochial interest, the profits that your own private business will make, led you to lead us into a ditch. Is that not kleptocracy? Is that not state capture? If you do something and we tell you you've done it, you say that we are insulting you. No, sir. No, madam. We are calling you out for who you are. We are exposing who you are to the people. It is not an insult. And don't tell me that we are heaping anything on the Ghanaian people. I am heaping it on Kenuforiata and Baumia. They earn a salary to manage our economy. They have messed up our economy. And so,
Sly
listen,
says don't use
our
words
children-
like kleptomaniac. So what did you say?
I said we are running a kleptocracy, and I will repeat it 1,000 times. Because if it wasn't a kleptocracy, the money in our public purse will not be finished. Right now, you know what is happening? What annoys me is the arrogance of their incompetence.
Who is arrogant among them?
How?
Because they are in IMF meetings, spring meetings, and they've issued a statement that we had an understanding with you. We decided to redesign the structure of as far as interests are concerned. So we are reminding you, before we come back, please, as pension fund holders and then also organized labor, try and make a reconsideration of this offer. It's a very simple alternative.
Should I show you the arrogance of their incompetence?
Yes. What's arrogant in this?
Oh, this is not the only thing about this DDP. You had the president himself tell the German ambassador that he should stay out of Ghana's business. Why? Because the German ambassador said the size of government is too big. But Ghana government went to meet the German ambassador, to meet the German chancellor, to beg the German chancellor, to beg the Paris Club,
And
to
China.
go and beg China. Look, we are so broke. These guys have messed us up so badly that we cannot even borrow. We are so poor we can't borrow. Previously, they said Mahama was not good. He went to IMF. Mahama went with his homegrown policies, and IMF gave him a program. You are so broke that you are not begging for money. Oh. You are begging somebody to go and beg somebody, to beg another person to borrow you money. And when we are talking, you have the arrogance to want to tell us that we shouldn't talk about it. We should be careful how we talk about you and choose the words that we use to describe you. We are being charitable with you. What is civil about taking the pension money of a pensioner that the person is going to use to buy medication? Roland, I was at Top Up Pharmacy in Osu last week to buy medication for my parents. An elderly man, clearly a pensioner, gray head, walked in to buy diabetes medicine, Diabetone. He was given the cost of the medication. Diabetone is a medication you take on a daily basis. He had a prescription. When they gave him the price of the medication, he stood there and then asked them to give him half. What does that mean? It means the man is either going to take one and skip one. He's now going to do 010 formation with medication. This is not the man's fault. Because your finance minister and your vice president, who is head of economic management team, have been wicked and reckless and taking that man's
Now,
pension.
why do you call them wicked, reckless?
Because if you are not wicked, you won't prevent children from getting vaccines. The most vulnerable in our society, children.
How did they prevent them?
Because they didn't pay for the vaccines. That's how come we had to go and do Walantu Walasa and beg Ivory Coast, Togo, and Nigeria to give us vaccines before we can vaccinate our children. Now, disabled people, me and him were MPs. When was the last time disability fund was paid?
Asla, is it true?
It's not.
Then,
It's not true. He's lying.
It's not.
hey,
Please,
when was the last disability fund paid?
Please.
As MPs.
Your colleagues
As
said you're
MPs.
lying.
Please.
Look, I'm saying to you that the last common fund that came was second quarter of 2022.
Asla, is it true?
Please, I'll come to it.
Okay,
So
it's
please.
2022, second quarter.
Okay, end it. The way you are
You understand
you're
me?
angry this
And
time. Relax.
we need to be angry. We're not angry at these people. Look, they are comfortable in the mess that they have created for us. When they finish, they go and eat wache and do KK parties.
But they also
to
have
celebrate
relatives
God.
who have these difficulties.
Who told you? Well, some of their relatives are beginning to speak up, like the Chief Justice, the former Chief Justice. Okay. You know, and then now you have destroyed. As for the young people of this country, you didn't even value us. You promised us rent, you didn't pay. You promised us jobs, you didn't give. The children of our country, you've left them at the mercy of measles. Now you are going for our parents as well. You are going for our parents as well with their pensions, and you say that we must be comfortable and look at you and clap for you. They should come and tell us what they have done. Can you imagine that on the day Parliament was rising, 31st, he was sitting in the chamber there. They brought new loans. Loans that they have taken that have brought us to this mess. They went and still brought new loans. So how can you help somebody who is not willing to help themselves? Your overborrowing is what has brought us where we are. Yet you are bringing new loans. They brought new loans in excess of $1 billion on the day we're rising. What kind of people are this?
But we need to service that. Now,